Let's head back to Fenway Park in Boston now. We are joined by Mike Bordick. And Mike, let's get your take on the ejection. Jordan Baker ejecting Ubaldo Jimenez. We do understand he does have the discretion if he feels intent. I'm trying to wonder in a 1-0 game in the 4th inning where he might have thought there was intent.
Yeah, it didn't appear that there was any intent in this ball game at all. It seemed like it was going to be a great pitching duel by both starting pitchers. And Ubaldo looked like he was picking up right where he left off the other day. Even though he did have the 3 walks, he had that good two-seamer working. He was keeping the ball down in the zone. He was able to mix up his pitches. And it looked like he was going to get deep in this ball game, and it was going to be a very close ball game. And unfortunately for the Orioles, he was ejected after hitting Sandoval in the back. And I think it really surprised everybody. And I think there was a lot of frustration out there. A lot of just wondering what happened. What did he possibly see that dictated him being thrown out of the game? And it's unfortunate because, you know, this could have effects for the rest of this trip. I mean, it's tough when you have to get into your bullpen that early. One thing that you fight for is the hoping that your starting pitcher can get deep into a ball game so your bullpen stays fresh. And here, the umpire controlled that and said, no, he's going to leave now, and you're going to have to go into your bullpen and start using your arms up. And you still have 3 games against the Red Sox. Then you got to go up and play 3 more games against Toronto. So it's going to be tough on the bullpen, tough on this team to hopefully bounce back from this tough loss.
You know, you're right, Mike, and that was the question I was going to ask you about the bullpen and how you thought that they looked, considering the fact that they had to rush into this game, and now we had to use 3 guys out of the bullpen that we were hoping that we wouldn't have to get up in the first night.
Well, you know, I think Kevin's Gausman hasn't found his rhythm yet out there. I think he's still really searching. You see the innings pitched, and it's always going to be tough when you have to take 4 2/3 out of your bullpen. They only gave up the 4 hits, but all 3 of the runs pushed across by the bullpen once again, and 4 walks and 3 punch outs. So 4 walks, the command not quite there. Brian Mattis had a couple. I think Brian threw well. It was unfortunate that he had that leadoff walk. He was being careful, obviously, with the right-handed hitters. And then Tommy's had some tough luck as well. And we've seen the tough luck with Tommy. Mistakes. It was a broken bat that flared over Jonathan Scope's head for that game-winning hit. But you just have to execute, make better pitches. He'll tell you that was a hanging, breaking ball. And probably lucky it didn't get hit out of the ballpark. But it was a game-winning hit nonetheless. It's just a matter of the bullpen finding their rhythm again. You know, they're not doing anything different. They all throw the same. It's just a matter of executing pitches, feeling comfortable, feeling confident out there, and they certainly will turn around because they've had the success for the last 3 years. Really, the thing that's been most consistent about this team has been the bullpen here in their winning years.
And, Mike, there is one difference with this bullpen, however. They are carrying the Rule 5 pick, Jason Garcia, and he has not been used in very many games. And Buck has made the statement, if you're in the AL East and you're in the bullpen, Rule 5 or not, you have to pitch. Do you see Buck going to him a little bit more often just to take some of the innings off of the other relievers that he's had to use?
Well, I think he's going to have to. You just can't have an arm sitting down there, especially when there are games like today. So you have to trust that you made the right decision coming out of spring training to keep Garcia, and trust that he's going to have to learn along the way and you know, stays here the whole year so that you can have him for the future. I think a lot of the plans with the Rule 5s are thinking about possibly what's going to happen next year when so many free agents, you know, potentially could leave the team. So having the young arm, but they have to find a way to use him, find out what his role can be, and try to build his confidence up, and hopefully he'll flourish as well.